Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to change a radio in a 1999 GMC Sierra. So what you want to do, first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn your key just to the on position. And you're going to pull your shift lever all the way down. And then, I'm going to try to set you guys up. Hang on, let's see if I can set up the thing where I don't have to hold you. No, I might have to hold it. So what you want to do is this bezel right here. You're going to gently start pulling it off. And just kind of pop it off, go all the way around gently and slowly so you don't break it. And then what you do is, I normally pull the steering wheel all the way down because it kind of helps you. You just kind of pull the bezel up, you pull the steering wheel all the way down, and then you just pull the bezel up after that. And you sit it to the side. And then, obviously, if you're changing it, you probably have the stock radio. I already changed mine, and I'm just showing you how you would do it. So what you would do is, on a stock radio, just like clips on the bezel, and you'll need one of these bezels, otherwise you can't do it. Push, there's two pins right here on each side on the stock radio. You just kind of push them, and it'll make it where you can pull your radio out. And you just kind of pull it out. My bezel is probably just going to slip off like it did there. And then you got your radio. So what you do is you want to pull it out. And a bunch of my wires came loose, as you can see. It's probably been that way for a while now. But anyway, you're going to need one of these clips. This clip harness that wires into your radio that will clip into the regular stock harness. I got the original radio in here. I'll show you. Well, I'll be back in a minute, guys. I want to find that stock radio. Alright, guys, I'm back. So your stock radio just has it where the plug will just plug in. Where this ain't like that. So you gotta buy this wiring harness. And all you do is, I'll unclip it for you. All you do is, it clips in. Sit you down for a minute so I can unclip it. And then it got the harness that will hook up to it. Because that's what it looks like if you just hook it up to a stock radio. And you could, if you wanted to, and your radio went out, you could just probably buy you a new stock radio. It'd probably be a whole lot easier. Because then you gotta get one of these adapters. One of them. So it's able to plug in your antenna hole. Because the regular stock one is a lot smaller. Move that bezel out the way. Now, I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna figure out this wire jumbo, and we'll get to it. All right, so I'm back. So this is the wiring harness. I unhooked it from the radio. What you do is you hook the two grays with the black lines in them. You hook them two together. And you hook gray and gray together. That is just so you, if you want, you can get a remote. I didn't do that, so I can't tell you how you would do that. The two purples with the black lines in them go together. The two regular purples go together. The two greens go together. The two reds go together. Two yellows go together. Obviously the two blacks go together. And the blue and orange, you just leave unhooked. And then this piece right there, on the back of your radio, you will have a fuse with the hole by it. That's where that plugs in at. And once you get it plugged in, it'll click in, you'll hear that click. Now, yeah, my radio's kind of falling apart, but that thing just kind of pops back in. And me, I'm probably just going to hook my stock radio back up. So, but if you get this one, it's a Pioneer. I'll show you what it is. It's a Pioneer. And it's probably going to run you about $100. Because you get this microphone with it where you can talk to people on the phone, hands-free and all that jazz. If you want to hook that up, there's the end. And that just hooks. It's in that hole right there. If you don't want to hook it up, simple. Just don't plug it in. Because, I mean, you don't really need it. It's just an option. Me, I'm not going to plug it in, even if I do continue to use this radio, because I don't like people talking to me while I drive. I don't like talking on the phone while I drive, and it's dangerous. And then you just take your aftermarket plug and plug into the regular plug. Pretty simple. I'm going to sit you down for a minute, plug it back in, and it just plugs in. It's easy to do it. You just get it lined up right. Once you hear it click, it's in. And as you can see, I got it in. Then, if you're doing your aftermarket radio, you got to buy one of these, and then it just kind of plugs right on back on. Pain in the butt to do it one-handed. I'm going to sit you back down because it's a pain in the butt to do that one-handed. It's a whole lot easier when you have both hands. Once you get her plugged in, that's what she'll look like. And you just plug it into the antenna hole. And yeah, then that you got all that hooked up, and yeah, you're pretty much good to rock. But where'd my bezel go? Trying to remember how to do it 100% right. Your bezel you want to put your bezel on before you hook the wires up. Otherwise, yeah, you're not going to get your bezel on. So, if you don't do that first, your bezel ain't going to go on. So now I got to unhook it because I forgot about the bezel. So give me a minute. And on this specific radio, every once in a while, the little plastic thing around it will pop off. Mine does it all the time, so if you get it and it pops off, it ain't nothing wrong with it. This radio just does that. But what you do is you just slide all your wires into your bezel. Like that. You just slide them in. Hang on, let me see if I can set it up better. Just slide them in like that. Slide it on. And you gotta get it 100% right, otherwise it don't work. I want to kind of try to get it 100% right anyway. Yeah, it is a pain in the butt at times with your bezel. But it slides, especially on this specific radio and truck type bezel. It's a pain. But then once you get it on, it's pretty simple. Pretty easy. Just take your wire, plug, and then you grab your other plug, and where the hole is for the radio, you just plug that in. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt. I don't know if you can see from there, but I got it plugged back in. And then I'm going to plug my antenna wire in to the antenna. Like so. And then that's what it looks like. And then those two sides is where you put your clips things in. They just slide in. Because I can't show you that really because I gotta have both hands to do it. You just shove your wire. You want to try to make it look pretty. Shove your wires back in there. Like I said, my bezel's kind of junk. Yeah, I'm just going to put my stock one back in because my bezel's junk and it's not working right. And I'm not going to fiddle with it. But yeah, that's how you would do it. So yeah, and then after you get it in, you just put your radio and stuff back in. Once you get it all in, you just I'll put the radio in real quick and show you what you would do after you get your bezel back in and stuff. I'm just hooking my stock one back in. It's a lot easier. My stock one works. And if you want to change it and you got your stock one, I would still keep your stock radio around just in case you'd ever sell your truck. So you're not selling it with your fancy radio. So you just shove it back in the hole. Hear it click. Bam, I got a radio in. And then you grab your bezel, pull it up. Now to put it in is kind of a little bit of a chore. You gotta fiddle with it a little bit. Like I said, have your steering wheel all the way down, even when you're putting it back on. But you gotta fiddle with it. You gotta kind of fiddle with the top. Once you get it slid in, probably about there, it'll just push in. Just about. You gotta get it just right, and then you just start gently popping it back in. All the way around. You want to do it gently, otherwise it could break. If you don't do it gently, it's gonna break. And you want to try to get everything back in the right spot, so you don't break your tabs. Push it in. Yeah, you might get your 4 ways coming on there when you do it, but yeah, that's what it would look like. And then you just put your steering wheel back where you want, and you just shift it back to park and shut her off, and she's in. I helped you out a little bit, and yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.